Hey ladies, what's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. I hope we're all having a fantabulous week. We're back to our
I love that word.
it's a good word. Back to our regular mini live schedules. We have a really, really good topic for you today. We've been getting a lot of feedback from our one-on-one clients, just being like struggling to kind of stay on track with everything that they have going on during the weekends. Maybe they've got kids' soccer practices or sports or things like that, birthday parties, all of that stuff. So we really wanted to put together a little checklist to help you stay on track during the weekends. And so Lexi's going to share her screen and we're just going to kind of go over these things and then we'll be able to give you access to them afterwards as well.
Yeah, you guys, I'm going to have a link to a document that kind of explains what we're going to talk about here, but also this checklist in general that you can get in the link that I'm going to post either in the comments or on the page. You guys will see it eventually, that you can have access to all of the detail for this. And before we kind of dive into the detail of all of this, I just want to emphasize with you guys that we understand weekends can be overwhelming, especially if you have kids that are, family coming in town, soccer games, whatever it is. There's like a lot of things, there's a lot of moving parts to weekends. And it can be overwhelming to stay on track with your health and fitness because also you're out of your normal routine of cooking dinner at home and maybe you've got a cookout or maybe you have dinner plans with friends. Just we get it. We're humans too, right? And so we want to make sure that we're bringing down the level of pressure to be so perfect on the weekends. And that's why we've chunked it down into these one, two, three, six things that these are the main six things I want you focusing on throughout the week and nothing else. I don't want you stressing yourself out about other things because if you do these six things that are pretty basic forms of like habits that you're already forming, you're going to be setting yourself up very, very well for the weekend. Okay. Hope that makes
Yep,
sense. Awesome. So, do
definitely.
you want to kick off? You want me to kick off?
Yeah, I can kick off. So 8,000 to 10,000 steps or 30-minute workout daily. That would be the first step to key. If you guys watched our training video that we did on NEAT recently as well, that will kind of put things into perspective as why steps are important. So you can do either or you can do both. But again, this is to minimize pressure on yourself. So if you're not able to get the 30-minute workout in, don't stress yourself out. Just aim for getting that increase of need, increase of steps, and vice versa. If the steps are kind of like, aim to get that 30-minute workout in, so that way it's less stress on you, but you're still making effort towards your goals and to where you want to get to go.
Yeah, and you guys don't be so strict on like what that looks like for you. Like sometimes if you just want to do a 30-minute walk in the neighborhood with your dog and your kiddo, like you might hit those 8,000 steps, it might go hand in hand. But also if you want to do a 30-minute stretch yoga session on a Saturday morning watching a YouTube video, like that's cool too. Just moving your body intentionally, it's more about the mental aspect of keeping that promise to yourself and keeping that discipline of moving your body and doing those things throughout the weekend. That way, when you hit Monday, you don't feel like you're having to completely start over because you just didn't do anything. Okay.
Yep.
Number two, drink your water. Water, water, water. Here it says at least 100 ounces or more daily, but I do want to emphasize that focusing on your specific body needs. Typically, 100 is a good like average for a lot of people. That's why we have that number right there. But minimum half your body weight in ounces. Okay. So half or 0.75 if you do the math on that. So either, so let's say you're 140 pounds for easy math, that'd be 70 ounces of water, or I'll give you a range. If someone's listening and they're 140 pounds and they want that exact thing. If we're doing the 75% as well, it'd be 70 ounces of water to 105 ounces of water. So hitting that kind of 100 ounce mark there. A little tip for that is have water. So many of us have these nowadays, like these big 40-ounce things, right? Have that like filled by your bed the night before. So when you wake up in the morning, get one
Yep.
of those in like immediately, and you have already almost halfway to your water goal for the day. Just setting yourself up for success, especially if you have a bigger, like busier day where you're not going to be able to get access to your water in the morning. Get a good amount in, and then you won't have to stress about it quite as much throughout the day.
Exactly. And I like the 100 ounces as just very basic, you
Especially
know.
for the weekend. If that's all you can think about is shoot for 100, cool, go for it.
Right, because then that means you're still drinking a bunch of water and you're not dehydrated.
Right. And even if you don't hit that 100 ounces, you guys, I don't want you to feel like it's like, oh my gosh, I failed. Because even if you're intentionally trying to get that to that 100, you're going to intentionally drink more than you would have if you didn't have that intention set in the first place. So it's still a win.
Exactly. Okay, so this next one, hit your daily protein goal. I'm gonna actually tie in this one and the last one, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Daily protein sources during meals. So, hitting your daily protein goal, if you're working with a coach, you have a daily protein goal to hit. If not, I mean, one, we can happily calculate that for you, but general rule of thumb that we like to do for our clients is 0.8 times your body weight. So again, we'll just use that 140-pound example for a second, and I'll do the math and give you the number. It's 112 grams of protein. And general rule of thumb that I give our girls who first come on is aim for 100 grams a day or more until I give them their actual protein number. And what that's going to do is just going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to help, maybe you're at a birthday party or something and there's just cake and cupcakes and candy galore. It's going to kind of help you not overindulge in those sources. Maybe you have a half a slice of cake instead of a full slice because oh, I had a really nutritious, healthy breakfast with a bunch of protein in it. And obviously, I don't want you to stress yourself out about, okay, I'm at a birthday party. How am I tracking all of these things? And that's when the prioritizing lean protein sources during your meals comes in. So you're at a restaurant, you're out to eat with your family, or you're at the birthday party, and you have no idea what these people made their food with, rightfully so. So you're not going to be able to track everything accurately. And so maybe instead of choosing the pork, you're choosing the salmon or you're choosing the chicken or the turkey versus the pork or the lamb or the beef because those tend to be fattier options and you're focusing on those lean protein sources again to keep you fuller for longer as well as helping you build muscle, burn fat, and then just keeping you on track to where you want to go. That way, Monday, you wake up and you're not feeling super bloated, like, oh my gosh, I ruined all my progress this weekend because I ate 50 million donuts when I shouldn't have.
Right. Yeah, no, that's and I'm gonna kind of loop that into like the next one as well. Um, because breakfast is gonna be the easiest one to focus on when you have a busy week because you wake up, especially if you're at home, if you're traveling and stuff, obviously it's not gonna be quite as easy, but eating that one whole food source daily. So whether this be the fruit with your protein source that Serena was just talking about in the morning, you have like a bowl of fruit, whether that mean you've got like a side salad at dinner and some potatoes, just thinking of one whole food source because on the weekends we do tend towards more like processed type foods with a lot more ingredients and stuff. I still want you guys kind of bringing it back to the basics and just getting in a good source of nutrients from a whole food at least once throughout the day. So if you think about the weekends, in my head, I think about the weekends being like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Even though most of us work at least a half day on Friday, we're doing something on Friday, right? But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just for like easy purposes. If you want to cancel out Friday for yourself. The only goal here is one whole food source a day. That is two whole food sources that weekend. You can do that. That is so doable paired with that protein. You can lump those in to one kind of goal as well, and it kind of kill two birds with one stone, essentially. Where when you have that lean protein, you're also making sure that you're having that whole food source, kind of like the habit stacking that the book Atomic Habits talks about. You can easily do this on the weekends. When you're doing one, you're doing the other, and boom, you check that off. So really, it's kind of whatever it's going to be based off of your schedule. And it's going to change every single week, you guys. If you're like, oh, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have like a big bowl of fruit and eggs or whatever, a good omelet in the morning. Cool, that might work one weekend, but the next weekend that might not. So we might have to pivot into thinking, okay, now I'm going to have to get a banana and some nuts for a snack. And maybe that's the only whole food source you get in. It might not be during a breakfast, lunch, or a dinner just because of your day's schedule and stuff. And so really just kind of don't get too strict on yourself when it comes to when that whole food source is coming or where it's coming from. Just the fact that you're getting it in once a day and setting those expectations for yourself rather than overextending yourself and setting yourself up for failure. And sometimes maybe one might not happen, and that's okay. That's our goal. If we can intentionally set a goal for that, we're way more likely to succeed with it.
Yep, exactly. And just to add to that, when she says one whole food source a day, it means like one single ingredient
Yeah.
item.
Thank
So
you.
like banana or pistachios or chicken or things like that. Nothing with a lot of no multiple ingredients here.
Exactly. Something you can get from a garden or like, I hate to say it, but like shoot and kill and cook for yourself, you know? So like the lean protein source, if you're doing like a chicken or a salmon or something like that too, like that can tie into this goal here also.
Yep, exactly.
Sweet.
Cool. One left. You want me to do it or you want to do it? Choose a calorie drink options.
Go for it. And I'll pull up some options and stuff.
All right.
Tag team.
Last one is choosing low calorie drink options when you can. Obviously, the weekends comes with more freedom and flexibility in your social schedule. So whether you're going out with friends or family or things like that, and you do choose to drink alcohol, or maybe you're even choosing to drink soda or any of those things, you kind of want to focus on those lower calorie drink options. So maybe instead of like a cranberry vodka with pineapple juice and all these other fancy things in it, you're getting I don't know,
Vodka.
vodka soda water
Yeah.
with a splash of cranberry rather than the full calorie amount in there because those things do add up over time, especially like if you're having, hopefully not, but if you're having like three or four with a bunch of cranberry juice in it, like I don't know how many calories that would be, but it's definitely probably 500 or so.
Yeah. Or like opting for like a light beer option instead of like the regular beer option, just like making small changes or a glass of red wine versus a glass of white wine, things like that. But even like on the soda side of things, like opting for maybe like a poppy or an Olipop that you know is not gonna quite have so much effect on your gut health and stuff moving forward and the calorie consumption. Obviously, there are diet sodas as well, which that is fine. But poppy and Olipop are gonna have a little bit less effect on your gut health and just opting for those sort of things. But then also, like, I hate to say it, you guys, but opting for water as well, because that's going to help you with that water goal that we talked about earlier. So, always making that decision, or just like learning the practice of alternating drinks as well, instead of just going like drink, 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 go like drink water, drink water, drink water, because it's going to cut that consumption down by half and it's going to increase that water consumption that we were working on prior to. So, I'm sure you guys have heard this. I don't want to harp on it for too long because you like, oh, I know. But it's just something that will have a huge effect going into the next week as well. Not only just the amount of calories consuming during it, but also like the effects it has on your body and like your motivation to actually get up and do things the next day and be productive and check the things that you need off. So yeah, just being mindful about the calories that you're drinking, even when it comes to like coffees and things like that. So kind of going with like the smarter calorie option at Starbucks versus the like full-fledged 40 grams of sugar pumpkin spice lattes that they do. What is that Instagram account that does all of the low calorie Starbucks drinks?
Macro barista. I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that because I was gonna bring up coffees next.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I love their account because they taste so good if you order them the way that they put in the caption. They taste so good and they're like most of them are like within 200, calories. Like they're like on the lower side of things, which is way different than like some I think the pumpkin spice lattes can be like if you get a venti like the way it comes it could be like 400 something calories.
those
Um
are
which just like it adds so much to your day and it's not actually doing anything for you. I mean, it tastes good, but like it's not doing anything for your body.
right. I could eat a whole meal for that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, that is our list. Like I said, I'm going to get you guys access to a whole document that talks about these things in detail and that specific checklist that you just saw. It'll be linked on the Facebook page somewhere. I will get that going and I'll tag like everyone in it so that you guys can have access to it. But if you guys have any questions about this, as always, let us know or drop it in the comments if you feel comfortable because other people might have your questions as well. And then as we go into the weekend, be mindful about all of these things and have a happy, fun, safe weekend. And we will chat with y'all next week.
See you Monday.